At the very worst is an example in Chicago, where a couple of young guys put together a regional center, and the general notion was that they would create a hotel complex near O'Hare Airport. Their thought process really was that they're going to con some investors totally from China in this case, a couple of hundred of them, into putting up money and then essentially consuming the money and swindling them and leaving the country. The Securities and Exchange Commission decided that this wasn't a good idea, and they moved in and stopped the process. Not the Department of Homeland Security that runs this program. The Securities and Exchange Commission, which is way off here on the side someplace, was paying attention to the fact that this was a bad program and stopped it and prevented most of the con from going forward. I think about $11 million was lost, but $150 million was saved by SEC's action. So that's one kind. That's just sheer out and out fraud. Okay. Now there's another kind in which we see breaking right now in South Dakota, in which a bunch of investors, hundreds of investors, put money into what they thought would be a brand new, state-of-the-art slaughterhouse, a beef slaughterhouse in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Well, for reasons that I'm not totally clear about, the project was not managed well. Some waste certainly went into building the slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse should probably cost something like $50 million instead of something like $100 million. And there was some crony capitalism going on, and the state government was involved in an unattractive way. And there was a lot of waste, and eventually the beef slaughterhouse went bankrupt. So in this case, it's sort of questionable how all this happened, but it certainly was a matter of waste, and the aliens are going to get absolutely nothing out of their investment. Maybe some of them will get visas, some of them won't. But that's the first one was fraud. The second one is waste. The EB-5 program attracts a disproportionate number of unattractive operators. Now there's some good people in the program, and there's some relatively good projects or non-controversial projects. But all too often, as in the case of South Dakota and Chicago, there are lots of serious questions raised, and in some places, such as in Chicago, it just attracts con men, like pot of honey attracts flies.